Welcome back, students. It's me, Matthew Reinhart. Wait. It's me, Matthew Reinhart, Professor Reinhart to you. And this is the Pop-Up Masterclass. Welcome back, everyone. It's been quite a while since I've gotten to make any more videos. I've been really, okay, I'm gonna say it right now. Clear the air. Sorry, I've been really busy. I moved. I went all the way across the country. I lived in New York for many years, like 24 years, and I moved last fall to San Francisco. And yeah, and now my studio is here, and it's just taken a long time. I've had 2-3 books that I've been working on, and it was just setting up everything was just hard, and I tried to get back to making videos, but I just didn't get to. So anyways, I'm back full force. Now we're gonna have all kinds of cool new videos coming out, some educational, some pop-up masterclass, you know, new crafts, all kinds of stuff. I'm finally back and ready to start again, yes, and share with everybody, and we can make cool stuff. Yay, woo! Today we're gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna show you how I make some of my weird pop-ups that I make, you know, in some of my books, because there's some that they don't really follow rules necessarily. Well, they do, but they don't. And so today I'm gonna show you one that I know that some people are interested in learning about. And this is one book that I've worked on that has a couple of examples of it. This is the Lego pop-up I did from a couple of years ago. And so this pop-up, it's a pull tab, but oh, I gotta come up with a good name for it. I don't even have a name for this thing. It's sort of, well, it's a pop within a pop, basically. It's a pull tab page, and it has a pop on top of it. You can see right here, and then once we pull this tab, there's a pop underneath it. So what I'm gonna teach you today, see how that works. I always tell my students to look at the pop-ups from all different angles and see how they might work. And so this one, you can see the whole page is lifted up. There's a pop-up built on the top of this part of the page. And then when I pull the tab, there's a pop-up underneath that page. So I guess we'll call this a lift-a-flap pop-up page. That's really long. Lift a pop-up page. What do you call that? Lift a pop-up page. Well, I'll come up with a better name for it. It lifts, right? So it lifts up the page. So it's a lift a pop-up page. Sure, whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna show you how to use this. Oh, there's another pop in here that also uses the same thing. So you can see there's the whole page right there. And there's a pop built right on top of it. Usually, the more complex pop is built on the top. And then the less complex pop is built inside, because otherwise we're gonna have it's gonna be really thick underneath. So here is our pull tab. Now this one only has a small one right here that you pull, and it lifts up the whole page just like that. And see, there is a spaceship underneath, because of course. So it pushes back down, and then we pull it, and the whole page lifts away and goes back there. But I mean, the page is still there, but we get one extra pop inside and sort of a whole new scene. So I've done this quite a few times in some of my books, and because I started doing these sort of things when I worked on a Transformer book quite a few years ago, because I like the idea of a pop-up changing and transforming and sort of advancing the story and changing the scene that you see before you. And we do that all the time when we open pages of a book and we see, you know, like we're able to change the page. But there is something that's kind of fun about pulling something. Oh, here's sort of another one. Here, there is something sort of fun about seeing something that exists already and then pulling it and seeing it change some more. All right, class, let's get started. We just need to pull out some cardstock here. I'm gonna use this for my base page, actually. And I'm gonna fold it in half, making a hamburger fold. Hamburgers. I folded it in half, and then what I did was I used my pencil here, and I just ran the pencil along the fold line in the center. You could even use a ruler if you wanted to, but I just held it like this, and the reason why I did that is I just want you to be able to see the fold. You don't have to do it yourself. I do it for you for this video, just so you can see that fold better. Okay, so this is going to be our base page, And then I'm going to take another piece of cardstock. Come on over here. I think I'll use a white piece. Like this. And I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to fold it in half the other way, you know, in quarters. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is going to be our pop-up. This is going to be our pull tab pop-up page. And this is going to be, you know, sort of situated like right here on the main base page that's going to flip up so that you can see a pop-up inside. All right, so that's where that's going to go. I want to release some of the papers, you know, some of the pressure in some of these areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it like this. And I'm just going to use my scissors and cut along that fold a little. And that way, it'll give us a little bit of space. All right, so next, we're going to need another piece of cardstock. And what we're going to do next is, when you've seen me make these pop-up pull tab pages, what happens is, when the pop-up moves, or the page moves, you pull it one way like this, so it has to be pulled a little, and something is pulling it up here to open it up and push it back. So let's look at it from the side. This is kind of the action that's going to happen. So I'm gonna pull it this way, right? And something is going to be attached here that pulls it open. So it's going to kind of move. See if I can make you. Can you see it? Okay, so this is what it's like closed, and then I'm going to pull it and see how it opens. So I need something like an anchor to pull it this way. I need an anchor to pull it, and I'll eventually need a tab to pull it. So let's make those page anchors. And what's interesting is they're all going to be the same distance. You're going to be using the same distances. So let's say, okay, for our base page, let's make a let's just make a line in pencil. I'm going to use this square, this triangle here, excuse me. And I'm going to make a mark, and this is where I'm going to start. This is where I'm going to attach my anchors along that line. Get out of there. All right, and then let's make one that's about, I don't know. Let's see. Let's measure it. Let's make it about 1 inch, or no, 1 1/4 inches. Here, I'm just going to make a mark here. Now, you don't have to, here's one of the tricks. It doesn't have to be like measured exactly 1 1/4 inches. Sometimes we don't have rulers on us, right? We don't have a ruler, and you just think like, well, how am I going to measure something? How am I going to know that this end is the same as this end? Well, you can use a piece of paper that you got around, like you're lying around, and if you have a mark, like let's go right here. Let's say I want to make my anchor about this wide, okay? And I need to make sure that it's the same on that side. Now I could use a triangle like this and do it across like there, and then I would know that this side is equal to that side. But if you don't know that, and you want to make a measurement, here, I would take another piece of paper. That's the mark you want to use. Use it over here. You can actually use a scrap piece of paper as your ruler, and then you move over here, and then you make that same mark over here. You can use the edge of your paper to line it up. One side, there's the other side, lined up. All right. See, we got the line, and it's a parallel line. This is parallel to here. I'm actually going to make a second one. I'm just going to trace it. Just want to have extra strips, just in case. Okay. We're going to take these strips, and we're going to put one about there. We're going to cut it in half. Let's do this. Just like that. Let's cut it in half. All right. There's 2 of those. This is our pull tab lift to flap page. I'm going to get that name right one of these times I'm going to use. And then I'm going to use, let's see, what kind of tape I should use. I'm just going to use regular, like this is like masking tape or whatever. You could just use masking tape. And I'm doing it sticky side up. Just like that. On that fold, look see, I did it right on. I keep hitting that damn camera. That's the sticky side up. All right, so, and it's right on along the fold when it's closed. And I'm just sticking one of my anchor points, or what do we call these? Either well, these are going to be like anchors onto the base page. So let's call them, what is this? A long strip. Anchor strip. Anchor strips. I got a name. I finally got a name. Okay. So we're just going to move some of this masking tape over here and here. Do the same thing. Gonna line it up. So this is going to be our anchor, so that we can pull it forward. All right. So I'm gonna, let's see where I'm gonna tape it down. Right. Let's see. I'm gonna line it up along the center. See where it's our center line right here, and here. So let's move in a little so you can see that. All right. See that center line there? Even though we've got those slits, we can still see where the center lines up. All right, so I'm lining it up like so. Lined up with the center line of our base page, and this is the center line of our pull tab pop-up page. And then I'm gonna tape it at the bottom, well, it seems at the top, but I'm gonna tape this part here to the base page using some masking tape. That's just some thinner masking tape. I'll use the thicker stuff so you can see what it looks like. So there's, I'm taping it down to the base page. Do the same. Just like that. You know when I do that with my fingernail? When I kind of run it along the edge? I do that a lot. I don't know. You know what it does when I do that, like with my fingernail? It's just a little thing that I do when I'm building stuff. I guess it pushes the tape into that space a little bit better, and it makes the hinge of our pop-up just work a little bit better. So that's just a little trick. All right, let's see. Let's pull out. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. So now our page, our lift-to-flap page is now attached to the base page. We're going to make something that pushes this base page up when we pull it. And what we have to use is, remember I told you we needed that extra strip, and it's the same width or whatever, height or whatever you want to say. It's the same going this distance, this height. It's the same, these two are the same. So I'm going to use this to make some measurements inside my pop-up page. So I'm going to make a measurement using it going across, just like that. I'm going to make a line going right there. It's actually, what's weird is, it's actually this line here where we attached our anchor. And it's not really weird. It's done on purpose. But now what we're going to do is we're going to make some pushers that are going to, they're going to push our pop-up base page, or no, excuse me, our pull tab page back. But how are we going to do that? Let's see. Let's see. We're going to need something. We're going to need to make, it's going to have to be attached to this base page underneath. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make two little cuts in, let's make them, we can make them shaped kind of like this. We're going to make two cuts kind of like this. And if you want, you can use a ruler, or if you want, you can do this. We can take this carefully off. Very carefully. Right? And we can, we can make a cut. Now, you can do it a number of different ways. If you want, you could just stick your pencil through there until you get a big enough hole to use your scissors. Or you can use an X-Acto knife. Usually I use an X-Acto knife, but not everybody's real good at using them, so scissors are just fine. Okay, so I made this little flap. Look at that. We don't need to fold it. Now, since I pulled that up, now let's pull in a little closer so you can see. Now, I'm just going to use my pencil so that these two shapes are the same. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. Snake in my scissors and start snipping. And then there's one more line. Okay. Let's pull out. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay. So now we've got these two little peekaboo flaps that something's going to go through. The pusher is going to go through there. Oh, let's reattach this. See how remember I pulled this up really carefully? So I'm just going to put it back. If you want, you can replace that tape. If you pulled up some of the paper when you did that, you can just carefully take it off or add some new tape or whatever. So now it's still anchored down. All right? And now we need to make some things that push and go through. And we need to make some long ones. So let's go back to some of this other scrap. We don't need to really know. This one needs to be long, but we don't have to really measure it for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over just like this. So it's like kind of a long folded over strip. And I'm going to, now these pushers need to be strong. And so they have to be doubled over. And that's why I folded over this piece of cardstock just like this. Fold it over. And you're going to use double stick and double stick it all the way along here. Now this is extra strong. All right, so I'm done one of these. We've got to have two. Let's just make sure that this is just the same. All right, awesome. We have two doubled over pushers. Oh, what are you going to do here? I don't know. Where are we going to go? I have no idea. Well, I know where you're going. You're going to snake. These are the two pushers that we just made, right? Right? I know, pusher. We're gonna snake it through our little flap that we made. See, just like that. And I'm going to tape one end right here using some masking tape, one-sided tape. You can also use Scotch tape if you want to, some clear, transparent tape. The only reason why I say use like masking tape has a really, it doesn't break as easily. Sometimes when plastic tape bends too much, the plastic cracks and then breaks. And then what's really great about masking tape is that there are fibers in it that kind of keep that hinge working really well. Okay, so now, look, I've attached it and it's coming through that little flap. All right, so if I hold it closed, if I see how I've pushed it back, so I pushed the anchor and the page back, right? Just like that, and it's open. And now I'm gonna close it shut. I'm just pressing down on the pusher right here, okay? I'm just pressing down on it, just holding it in place, right? So if I were to pull this bottom part, if I had a tab to pull, look, it automatically opens. It's a pull tab pop-up page. Look at that. And I'm gonna, so what we're gonna do, let's attach this other one. We're just gonna push this other, we're gonna snake this pusher right through there. And that's why it needs to be extra strong. That's why we doubled it over. I'm gonna use some of this. Ooh, yeah, that's just enough. All right, just along, and I showed you where you need to attach the pusher at exactly that line. See how that works? Okay. So again, let's close it shut. And I'm just gonna show you what it's like. So when I pull this bottom part, see how it opens automatically? So we need to make sure that these two pushers are glued down to the page. Or what we'll use today, we'll just use double stick. I'm just gonna put that there, right under there. Make sure it's not exposed on either side. It's just underneath the pusher, right? Let's zoom in and I'll show you that again. All right. So we're gonna add some double stick tape and I'm gonna make sure that the double stick is just underneath. Oops, see how I did that? That's messy. I'm gonna have to fold it over. Just make sure that the double stick is underneath the pusher and not coming over the edge. All right, so I pushed it down. I'm gonna make sure it's all sort of lined up. It's on the base page. All right, and see how I pushed this back? All right, now let's see. Let's pull this bottom part. Now, let's pull out. Now, if we pull the bottom, it automatically opens. You know what we need? Aside from like maybe cutting these, we don't need that much. What we also need is we need to make something to pull. We need a pull tab. There's no pull tab on here. Let's see. Maybe should we make one maybe that goes across? I'm just gonna take and make like a rectangle. Kind of like this. I'm gonna fold it in half. I think I'm gonna make a pull tab that goes across the center, just because I think that looks nice. You don't have to. You could have it just on one side, but I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna round the edge, just because I like to. And maybe I'll cut a big chunk out of the center. So it kind of looks like this. We've got this little pull tab thing, and we're gonna attach it to the lower part, the bottom part of the pull tab base page, the pop-up pull tab page. Yeah, and if you can see here, I've lined it up with the center fold of everything else. So kind of like that. And I'm going to use some double stick. Come here, double stick tape. Double stick tape is so great because it's like glue, but immediate. Now, it's not always as strong as glue, but it does help. Now, when you do this double stick tape, you need to make sure that none of this here, this tape here and this tape here, make sure it's not exposed because it will stick and cause problems. So I'm going to just use some masking tape and cover it up. Sometimes I got to do that because if you have exposed double stick tape, it's like having exposed glue. I mean, it's just going to stick to everything else. So maybe this time, what I'll do is I'll just make a little pencil line around here and here. Now I know where my double stick tape should go, right in that area, that box. Sometimes, you know, if you have it sticking over, like if I had my double stick sticking over like that, look how that is. Like if I had it like that, look what would happen. Oh, it just got stuck. Oh, great. Good move, Matt. Really good move. So just make sure that it's only under the piece that you want it taped to. So there we go. Fold it flat. Now, there we go. Look, this is our pull tab. Whoa, look at that. We made our own pop-up pull tab page. Now this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. What's great about it is we can build a pop-up onto this part, and then when we pull it, we can build another pop inside. Okay, so I'm gonna put some arrows that indicate to me, oh, I pull it. Or you could just do this. Not everyone speaks English though, but pull. Directions. I like directions. Now we know we pull it to have something happen. All right, so let's build something onto this. What should I build? And once I'm finished, here it is, my pop-up that I've made. Kablamo! Now I've added a pop-up on top of our pull tab pop-up page that this is like just some very simple V's. You see there's one main V fold sticking off of the top of our pop-up pull tab page. And then there's some just layers that are pulling these front buildings up. So I made a little city. If you look inside this, oh, it's me. Oh, Matthew, what is he thinking? He's thinking, oh, what would it be like to live someplace else? I've lived in New York for so long. Well, let's see what it would be like. Maybe if I just pull this tab here, bam! There's a whole other scene inside. Look, there I am, thinking, oh, so this is what it's like. I'm in a whole new place with purple water. Wow. So 2 pop-ups in one. This is what a pull tab pop-up page does. It actually gives you 2 pop-ups for the price of one. All right, class. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the class and you learned something. And if you liked it, please hit the like button. And also, if you want to keep up with all the latest videos that I'm going to be doing, I'm getting back into a weekly schedule. We're going to have craft videos. We're going to have pop-up masterclass, all kinds of other stuff coming up. So if you're excited for that in the future, please hit the subscribe button. And I will see you next time in class. Don't be late. Bye-bye.